Well, Levon Helm died the other day, and I didn't have any band poems, but I did have some Bob Dylan poems, so I thought that was close enough. And I rewrote Desolation Row. I thought the times we live in seemed more or less like Desolation Row, and I just call it Desolation Row Revisited. So I'm going to read two poems from that. Desolation Row, and this has an epigraph by Patti Smith. Jesus died for someone's sins, but not for mine. They say the Lord's house is wherever you find him, when all they have to preach in are tents. All they have are speeches for saving souls, to collect money from people who claim to have been abducted by aliens and came back as other people. And now they need to be someone else, people who expect fire and brimstone to erupt from their mouths of their nickel and dime store saints. Or failing that, a laying on of hands, divination involving snakes or children with special talents, able to have convulsive fits on command, eyes that roll back in their head so far inside they may never focus again. Speaking in tongues, the less one understands, the more they believe, these preachers in white robes by day, hoods at night, brothers of the burning cross, everyone watching, but no one sees. This is called A Singular Man. I think he used to come in the Washington Tavern when I worked there. I don't know. Somebody very like him. In another life, he might have been Elephant Man, a human freak show, and the experience had so warped his immortal soul, the effects had screwed up the cycle of his lives. This new existence is a kind of psycho in training, a one-man send-in-the-clowns act fit only for drinking single malts, whose Scottish name translated into English as Shelter of the Beast. And for potential date rapes of unsuspecting women he picked up in bars and lounges, trusting women who mistook his steely hard gaze for manliness and his carefully groomed, well-dressed exterior as expensive good taste, rather than the best facade inherited money and psychotropic drugs could provide. A few hours with him in a more intimate setting, made comfortable by aromatic candles and Mozarts, soon began to have a Silence of the Lambs quality to it that no amount of scent or cosmetics could obscure. Or maybe being with him was like one of those horror movies with a traveling caravan of human oddities, with a dream ending from a journal of the plague year, where everyone locks arm with death and dances off into the night. And one more. I read this last year, and I pledged never to repeat myself at readings, but this poem has sort of gotten a new cachet since Sanford, Florida seems to be the center of the universe. I've had I wrote a series of poems about a personal experience in Sanford where the hospital lost my terminally ill stepmother, and couldn't find her. And well, this is one of the three poems, and there is not one thing in here that is either there's a couple exaggerations, but all of these things happen in Sanford. And I think this is for Trayvon Martin.
All right.
Emergency room, Sanford, Florida. Just beyond the sliding automatic door, the sign above the window says information, but there is no one manning the station, no computer, no switchboard for referrals. Prospective patients, those still standing, not in shock, not profusely breathing, not in cardiac arrest, look for guidance, an information system, a clue. See interview rooms, people behind closed doors, double thick panes of glass taking notes, recording basic facts, names, dates, places, types of insurance carriers, personal physician references. See the waiting room filled with people watching the world network news according to Fox, some dozing or holding ice packs to afflicted areas, others in wheelchairs, new arrivals in the old, blood-soaked compresses, hastily splintered limbs, a sign that says something about triage services registered here. Attempting to check in at no information window does no good. That window is a red herring, a false clue like Miss Marple in the Conservancy with Uzi or President Bush on a fact-finding mission to... Attempting to engage security guards, writing on a time ledger sheet at window desk compounds your mistake, angers the scribe, recording the valuable minutes of his day, each one accounted for, especially the present, guaranteed by contract, smoke break. Nothing must interfere, especially the helpless and confused patients to be, formulating questions that must never be asked of the wrong personnel, hastily slamming shut, sliding no information window, no one else around, not wanting or waiting to be asked, not even a number to take as the door slides open again, admitting more people to inquire at no information desk, unmanned once again as security guard leaves the area, never once looking back or referring puzzled onlookers to triage waiting area sign unreadable from where they stand with a crowd of others. Some crying out for some sort of help that is answered by an irate nurse-like person calling out, "Everyone must wait their turn. It's very crowded here, so be patient. Anyone getting out of line will be subject to arrest, and the sign clearly states," referring to an "everyone must read" sign that cannot be seen from the entrance, cannot be read by the illiterate, the Hispanics, the blinded by wood alcohol resins, hallucinating drug overdosed howlers, the desperate and the dying waiting to be seen.